All right, guys, how's it going? Eastbayanglers out here, and today we're talking all about German brown trout, specifically German brown trout today, guys, nothing else. So we want to talk about lakes, creeks, rivers, specifically California, because that's what we know. But a lot of this applies all throughout the United States, North America, and more. So let's get straight to it. All right, the German brown, obviously, this trout originated from Germany, but then again, sometimes that's not the case just because the name says German brown. But in this case, it is from Germany. It is for European fish originally that was introduced into our waters. I'm still grateful for it. I love the German brown. Now, there's a couple things that I love about the German brown. One is this fish is extremely aggressive. It's a carnivore. It's very aggressive. It'll eat its own. It's definitely usually king of the lake. In the lakes that it's in, it definitely holds its own. One of the other things I love is they get these nice hook jaws after a while, which just make them look even more mean, and the colors. I tend to let them go, so I would say, I love to eat them, but I've only had a few here and there because I like to let every single one go if I can. And the reason is because less and less German browns are in California as we speak. And the majority of what you see somebody holding up and bragging about is likely a stalker brown that was planted up somewhere around Mammoth Lakes, June Lake Loop, Convict Lake, Crowley Lake, and all those wonderful blah, blah. Okay, listen, here's the deal. You're in California, you want to get a real brown, you want to go to a river. Okay, let's talk rivers. Okay, Carson River. There's browns in there, but it's not your best bet. Carson River's on the top 5. It's on the list, but really, you want to be playing around at the Truckee River. You want to be Truckee River, where it comes California meeting Nevada, and really the whole darn thing is pretty dang good. A lot of browns in there. Those are wild browns. Those browns are hard to catch, and they're pretty much, those are the real deal. That's it. There's other places you can go, and when I say other places, I mean there are a bunch of creeks and rivers that they're in. But if you want the biggest, you want the best experience, you want the biggest browns in California, in a river, you're looking at Truckee River. Now, I'm not saying they're easy to catch. They're one of the more difficult browns to catch out of all the rivers. Those browns are more difficult because they are all wild. All right, so let's say you're trying to go to a creek and you're trying to catch browns. Well, there's a couple creeks that I'm aware of, and I'm going to tell you guys about one creek that I think rivals any other in California when it comes to German browns and fishing for German browns. And that's going to be up by Grass Valley, Little Grass Valley. There's a small creek that feeds into that lake on the east end. It's northeast. It's the main creek that feeds in, and if you follow that up there, especially around February, March, or April, in the fall, like October, November, potentially, those are my favorite months. But you're gonna get on, and when you get on, man, you're gonna have it's gonna be worth it. Now let's talk about what you might want to throw, whether you go to the Truckee, whether you go up to a creek and you're brown fishing. What do you want to throw? Well, you want to throw dry flies, okay? You want to throw sinking flies. You want to throw streamers. You want to throw jigs. You want to throw hair jigs. You want to throw small. When I say small, I mean 1 to 3 inch hard bait, jerk bait type You know, you're going to want to have a hopper. You're going to want to have some foam bugs, some terrestrials, or if that's the way you pronounce it, but crustaceans, larvae. You're going to want to have all these different things, egg sacs, different things that are going to be very natural in those environments. And that's going to get you the brown because, well, it's going to get you the brown that's worth anything, because these planted browns, you know, the meat's not very good usually, but forget about the meat. The fight is not going to be as good. And the ultimate reward at the end of it just isn't the same. So let's just say you're going out to a creek and you're saying, well, I like plastics. Okay, throw tubes, throw small grubs, and go ice fishing small, and you'll be good. You'll be good. When I say ice fishing, I refer to the size of the baits usually used when people ice fish, very small profiles. So as far as that goes, you know, guys, you got to keep in mind that, you know, it's to each their own, and everybody's going to try to do things a little differently. So I hope this helps you guys. It is really difficult right now to, you know, put your hand on any species of fish at the moment. You know, we're in the winter, and it's pretty difficult